Do you remember earlier this season, DeMar DeRozan said he and Kyle Lowry didn't even speak off the court, that was a bad fit, and yet they were able to work itself out. They were able to understand each other. Man, they've had a great season so far, but they needed every bit of teamwork last night. They squandered a 17-point lead before finally rallying to beat the Heat by 3. DeRozan called it a terrible win, quote unquote, because of the way it unfolded. But ultimately, look, the Raptors have the best record in the East, the NBA's best record at home. And the question is, I'm not even asking you to look into the crystal ball of like, will they make an Eastern Conference Finals, but just how sustainable is this for them down the road? Well,
this is what I would say. It's very important for this team to end up the number 1 seed, to have the overall home court advantage. With that being said, because we've seen what Boston did last year. They had the number 1 seed, and we know what happened with that. But I think Toronto is a better team this year than they were in past years because they have more depth. Their 2 best players, especially DeMar DeRozan, has become a better basketball player, expanding his game way beyond the 3. Phenomenal at home. With that said, they have to show us what they're capable of in the playoffs. We haven't seen that. So
can I compliment them and not be accused of a flip-flopper
I don't know. Let's see what you do.
If I say that they still have to prove that they can do it in May?
I don't think anyone's, I think even the players on the team are saying that. I think, Tracy, your point about them having to secure the number 1 seed is so important because one of the things that's bolstered them so much is their bench, right? They have one of the deepest, best, most fun benches in the league now.
And one of the youngest benches in the league, which is why I can compliment their front office on their drafting and their transactions, and also say you're going to be asking some young guys to have roles they've never done before.
That is my point about Tracy's note, though, is that who plays better at home? Role players.
The league's getting older every day.
The league is young. I mean, if you look at a lot of our stars, young stars,
I know, but when you have first and second and even third-year players and you're asking them to do things in the playoffs that they haven't done before, I think it's responsible to look back and say, let's just wait and see on them.
Yes, but that is, again, so I think Tracy's point about, hey, it's important to get that number 1 seed, have decisive games at home. Role players, bench players, young players.
Play
better at home. I mean, you can statistically chart it.
Absolutely true.
So I think how they do this and can they sustain it through this end of the season
I also think, in fairness, Kyle Lowry's production in the playoffs over the last few years has varied. He's had some awesome games in the playoffs. He's had some games where he's vanished. Now, his role is a lot different this year. Maybe they'll get in and the changes that they made will unlock him and DeRozan sort of will take the lead and they'll be fine. But I just want to compliment the Raptors on doing a really good job organizationally. Great job by their coaching staff. Great job by their front office. Great job by DeMar DeRozan.
You know I'm laughing.
And let's just wait and see before we have to be cornered about whether they've arrived or not.